Hey, everybody, it's John Keating here. Basement Tapes number 335, where we promise none of my stuff has been photo matched to an event that may or may not have happened. 1979, folks, TCMA, the 50s collection. Wonderful set of cards distributed by, of course, TCMA and their massively deep photographic library. That's what these cards are about. Beautiful pictures, pictures that perhaps we haven't seen before on what can be considered sometimes redundant tops poses, uh, all that fun stuff. So, different angle of the hobby and the game. I guess the game we love, baseball. And here we go. I've got 293 of these. Let's go over to TCDB, see what they have to say. I'll share my screen. You don't have to share yours, though. 294 is the amount of cards here. 77 cents average value, $225, 25 cents total value. They say $40 to $80. I will tell you that Beckett OPG does suffer from some outdated information, and this may be an instance, a glaring instance of that happening because TCMA cards are sort of warmed up the last few years, and this information in here is probably several decades old as far as what's in Beckett. So the TCMA Stars of the 50 set contains 291 standard size cards featuring the players of the 50s. The set features a good mix of superstars and not so important players of the era. This set was TCMA's attempt at issuing cards after Topps successfully enjoined them from issuing current players. Using the style which was typical of most of the TCMA issues, the fronts are clear with an informative biography on the back. The Hutchinson and Wirtz cards were also issued with the word sample stamped on the back. So 291 standard size cards, 294 total cards. So there are some shenanigans happening there. Let's look at the top three, shall we? Again, some great stars from the 50s, as we know. Mickey Mantle, number one there. Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, Roberto Clemente, and Jackie Robinson sharing number two. And then we have your Willie Mays all alone there, card number 6. In the third position, let's get over to see these things on TCMA, see what they have to say. Says 6.3 rating on 24 votes. Probably some not so open-minded people rating that set on there. Teams depicted here: Baltimore Orioles, Boston Braves, Boston Red Sox, Brooklyn Dodgers, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Indians, Detroit Tigers, Kansas City Athletics, Milwaukee Braves, New York Giants, New York Yankees, Philadelphia Athletics, Philadelphia Phillies, Pittsburgh Pirates, San Francisco Giants, St. Louis Cardinals, and the Washington Senators. Oddly enough, no St. Louis Browns here. It surprises me a wee bit. And yeah, so errors and variations. Marv Throneberry, 173A. Reverse image makes him appear to be left-handed, and then that is corrected. So let's look at that. There you go, old Marv at first base or whatever he's doing. And there is the corrected version. Duly noted there, as we say. Hall of Famers, 37 of them here. DiMaggio, Barraspon, Roberts, Banks, Mays, Mantle, Campanella, Musial, Williams, Kiner, Fox, Ashburn, Lemon, Wynn, Clemente, Doby, Feller. There is a Dodger multiplayer card with Snyder, Campanella, Hodges, and the Pete Best of that card, Carl Furillo, Koufax, Hodges, Snyder, Reese, Kell, Shane East, Rizzuto, Matthews, Irvin, Kaline, another one, Dodger Brain Trust with Walter Alston. He's a Hall of Famer, and a couple other coaches there. DeRocher, Williams, Slaughter, Wilhelm, Minoso, Boudreaux, and Jackie Robinson. No rookies in here. Inserts and relates. There are bonus team cards. I think we have the Dodgers and the Braves, Milwaukee Braves. 55 and the 57 champions. So these are big cards, if I recall correctly. I think I have them, but they are bigger size cards, almost like postcard variation, postcard sizing, these team cards, if I'm not mistaken. I have the set in the box. I should probably look at it sometime to see if I'm correct, but maybe we can read about some of these things here. Let's get on with it. Packaging. Well, there's a TCMA wax box. Complete set of 291 cards. Free bonus includes 2.5. What the heck does that say? Includes 3.5 by 5 cards of the 55 Dodgers and the 57 Braves. So there you go. A little bit bigger size, 3.5 by 5 as opposed to 2.5 by 3.5. 291 cards, complete set, $14.99. So you got the whole set in one big box. I haven't seen those boxes out there, but that looks fun to look at here. Sell sheets and ads. Here's a TCMA sell sheet. TCMA Limited, the 1950s, $14.99. Complete set of 293 cards in full color. The players that made the 1950s one of the most memorable baseball eras. From superstars like DiMaggio, Williams, Usual, Rizzuto, to the players that only came up for a cup of coffee. So you can get X amount of the 50s at $14.99. You could do a check. You could do a Visa. You could do a MasterCard. You couldn't do Zelle or Cash App. For some reason, it says card number, expiration date. Oh, that's a credit card. You could send your card number through the mail with your expiration date and all that stuff. Also, you could ask for a free catalog, and that's name, address, city, state, zip, all that fun stuff. TCMA, P.O. Box number 2, Amawalk, New York, 10501. Probably still active, that box, I would think. Number 176, Rance Pless, is an uncorrected error, says the trivia section of TCDB. Home Greenville should be Greenville with 4 E's, not 3 E's, folks, just so you know that. Let's look at the gallery. There's Joe DiMaggio, Jolton Joe DiMaggio, leading us off, card number 1. Nice shot of Yogi Berra with his Freaky Deek gear on there, getting ready to do some work. Warren Spahn, Robin Roberts are hitting us pretty hard at the start here. Ernie Banks, Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Roy Campanella also all geeked up. Stan Musial in his nice little batting stance off to the sides. Ted Williams, how could he not love the first 10 cards of this set? And I think it drops off real quick here, card 11 with Ed Bailey. So there's Ted Kluszewski. His name's easy to say for most of us. Maybe harder to spell than say. Ted's showing his pythons there in the Florida heat down there. Kiner, et cetera, et cetera. So great little photographs there. Of course, these were taken by professional photographers at various stages, spring training, regular season games, pre-games, all that stuff. Look at Bob Lemon. He used to be an outfielder for the Indians. He's got his glove stuck through his hand right there. It's pretty cool little shot there. Early win, etc. Let's see if we can get Gil Hodges stretching at first base for the out. Gil Hodges, card number 71, Brooklyn Dodgers, born in Princeton, Indiana, April 4th, 1924. Height 6'1.5", weight 200, bats right, throws right. A perennial all-star first baseman during his prime years with the Dodgers, 1949 and 1957, Hodges excelled as a clutch hitter and as a defensive first baseman. Hodges hit more than 20 home runs in a season for 11 straight years and drove in more than 100 runs in 7 consecutive seasons. Gil also hit 4 home runs in a game on August 31st, 1950, and his 14 Grand Slam homers stood as the National League record for more than a decade. A gifted glove man, Hodges led NL first baseman in double plays 4 times. So career stats are there: games, at-bats, hits, home runs, RBIs, batting average, baseball history series, 1979 TCMA Limited, there all the way across the bottom. There's a Duke Snyder card right after him. So really a great historical set. If I were smart, I would one day on a maybe on a long plane ride, take this set with me and just read the backs of all these cards, find out more about Jack Shepard and Buddy Kerr and Vern Bickford, all those people. Some of these cards I remember from the mid-50s, 55 and 54, like Ellis Kinder and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to read a little bit of their biographies and learn more about players like Stan Lapata, who is obviously hiding from somebody in a crouched position, as well as having his aviator glasses on as well. So great cards, great time. Baseball was a respite for a lot of these folks from their off-season jobs, and there they are out in the sun, getting ready for another season, ready to go. So again, it looks like most of these are spring training photos. Perhaps that's by design, because there was a huge stash of photos that TCMA had access to, but there's But anyway, most of them are, like I said, spring training. One of them, Don Demeter, just looks like he's in the middle of a municipal park working on his posing. Lots of multiplayer cards. We see one right here with Preacher Row and Johnny Pods. So a lot of fun stuff to look at. There's Hoyt Wilhelm, Old Sarge, Elston Howard, Don Larson, Don Hoke doing his best Pee Wee Reese there. So anyway, that's it. 291 cards. And there is the Throneberry variation. And then there's the two team cards from the Brooklyn Dodgers in 55 and the 57 Milwaukee Braves. TCMA the 1950s, 1979 baseball tapes number 335. Thanks so much.